Hey coaches, I'm going to teach you today a quick hitter that I enjoy running. I used this probably when my team was in elementary and throughout middle school. It's a fun one to use with a 4-out, 1-in offense, especially if you got like two pretty athletic bigs that can score real easy in the paint. This one's fun, and like you could probably run it a couple times in a game and get a couple easy points, and then I'll kind of show you how you can adjust it when the other team starts figuring out what you're going to do. But before I do that, I'm almost at 100 subscribers, so if you could just help me out by just hitting that subscribe button. I'm kind of curious if I can get to 100 here this week. So hitting that subscribe button if you like the content, that'd be awesome. If not, then don't. But I do appreciate it. So this is a 4-out offense. You're running up against a man zone or a man defense, and the way that I would do it. And did I mention I really did? I had fun running this, and so did my team. So kind of how I would set it up is we'd be coming down in the transition. The point would have the ball, or whoever would have the ball, right? And like really what their goal was they were going to do like a high-low option where, they would, the one would kind of like dribble up like he was, going to do something crazy. Whoops. He would be kind of like coming up to that 3-point line, and then he would just pop the ball to the 4, and the 5 would just kind of like pop in, hoping to get a quick high-low pass and just an easy score, right? Hopefully you can see that. I should probably do this on the electronic board, but that's all I have for right now. So that's what we're looking for, and if that didn't happen or it wasn't there, then then they could you could just start your offense. But like just to give you some options of what you can do here is. The 3 is obviously if you're running the right rules, the 3's going to come up as well because you want to have somebody in that space. So if the pass isn't there, the 4 has the ball, the 4 can pass. Hopefully you can see that, pass the ball to the 3, and then follow it up with a quick screen, and then the 3 can penetrate into, and I should say the 5 would be back here at this point. The 3 could penetrate in. And the 5 would then be available for a pass. Also, so would the 1 or the 2. And quite honestly, I would have had these 2 switch anyways because the pass would have happened. So this would actually be the 2 up here and the 1. So you'd have a pass option a couple different ways, if you can see that. Now in the event that didn't happen, let me just change my board around here. In the event that, just give me 1 second here. You'd still have the 3 here in the middle. You could kick it back out to the 4 through a pass, and using the same exact scenario, now the 5 might be open and you can hit it out to the 5. So, that's just another option. Then of course, if that doesn't happen, now the 2's coming up for the pass. You could pass the ball to the 2 and just work your offense. But this is just an interesting way to run the 4-out, 1 offense. You're not really looking for all of the other options. You're really looking for that high-low. And I would run this on teams running a man against me, especially in those younger ages. And it would work, right? Like if I had a big kid down low on that 5 that could just make things happen, just getting the ball up to that, one big athletic kid that was playing the power forward, was just, it made a huge difference. But like if that 5 could get in there in a quick pass, it was golden, and it worked. It probably won't work every single time you run it, especially if the teams know. But it could. And another thing too is like if you run it and it works a couple times, the players are gonna they're gonna try and like be prepared for that. And it might actually give you an opportunity to get a quick screen and have the forward drive in and just kind of mess up what they're doing. So just give them a couple options. You could rep this in practices just to get them familiar with it and see how it works. So hopefully you like that. Again, I'm almost at 100 subscribers. I'd love to get there this week. Hit the subscribe button for me if you don't mind, and let's see if we can make it happen together. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.